my goodness. Awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, you turned the air conditioner on.
Yeah. Wow.
This is really neat. Isn't it?
This is
Okay,
this
here
is
it
8
is.
foot long.
Oh, this is the thing they were telling me that you made.
This workbench is 8 foot long. I'm Stan Bulsterbaum from Apache Junction, Arizona. I have a small shop, so I wanted to build something that I could use with all my tools, basically in one place. So I got this idea of this workbench. And all the tools are self-contained. They all will tilt down, fold down, and I'll have a solid top like this when I'm not using them. This bench has two dust collector systems. Each dust collector system runs 4 machines. The dust collector comes on exactly the same time that I cut the machine on, and it runs for 5 seconds after I cut the machine off.
Wow.
Starting right here is the table saw. Next in line is a chop saw, or some people call a miter saw. Right behind that, with the door with the flap down, is my scroll saw. And on the very end, down there kind of under those hoses, is my drill press. On the other side over here, on this side, is the belt sander. You see the router kind of in the middle there. I'm fixing to put a dust collector system for it. That blue piece of machinery laying on top goes where that cutout is.
This.
Or no, the blue one with the black behind the green paper. That the blue and black
this.
thing, yeah.
Oh.
It will go in that hole there. There you go. And that will be a dust collector system for my router when I kick that on.
Oh,
Right.
oh, that's why you've got that cut
Yeah,
out.
right here, where under my hand is the planer, and it pivots on this pipe.
Can you show
I'll
us?
Show you right quick
Put it down.
how that works.
Oh, that's got to come on.
This planer is 100 pounds.
Wow.
It comes up like this,
My goodness.
and then I've got boards that go under here to support it when I'm using it. And the in feed is on this side, the out feed is over here. But the in feed and out feed are level with the top of this table, so when the wood comes through, it slides
Straight
on
through.
through on an even basis.
That is.
The planer and the table saw, the chop saw, are all hooked up to one dust collecting system.
This is the dust
On the
collector
other side
system.
over here, I've got 3 pipes, and when I'm running the saw, I'll hook it up to the saw pipe, and it sucks all the sawdust and stuff into the dust collector tank.
Wow.
When I want to change machines, I just change the pipe fitting, and it takes care of the tables. It'll take care of the planer or chop saw.
Wow.
Similar system on the other one. It takes care of the router, belt sander, drill press, and
Where is that
Scroll
thing that
saw.
Monique did for all your nails and screws
show you.
and all that stuff?
My wife and my neighbor come up with this plan here. Instead of making doors in the front, this is the bottle cap of a drink, and it's got a half cut in it,
Gotta put it in that one
and
first.
then you put it there,
What?
and then the curtain slides there and hides the machine from exposure.
Awesome.
Like I said, I have a top for each of these machines for the table where they go. Not using it. I get a, if I have everything down except for the table saw, it's stationary, then I have a complete 4x8 table.
The table saw doesn't go down at all, does it?
No, the
It
table
stays-
saw
Okay,
remains permanent.
right there. Oh,
To help.
And do you use this for business?
Yes.
What's the name of your business?
Needles and Nails Creations. My wife
And this is
designed.
Stan
My
Bulsterbaum.
wife designed a storage system for screws and nails and various other things. If you notice on this inside this cabinet door, my wife built all of these pieces herself. She built all of them,
Wow.
and it
All
holds
your pill
All the
bottles.
medication holders,
Hey, way to
perfect.
and it holds various things. And she's pretty industrious, so she built another one.
Wow.
Here, let me get out of the way.
Yep. Oh my
And
goodness.
I stored glue and various things that I have to use there.
That's awesome.
And then the next door down, she made some that are bigger for bottles of oil or treatment oil that I put on wood.
Yeah.
On the laminated wood that I put together, I use mineral oil. I use clear mineral oil.
Let's move this over. Move this way.
Yeah, really does.
Okay, go for it.
When I laminate wood and put them together for cutting boards, cheese cutters, things of that nature, I treat it with cutting board oil or clear mineral oil. This mineral oil is food grade mineral oil.
Wow.
You don't put any kind of oil that's not food grade on anything that's going to be used for food. I get that finished, I put a heavy coat of this on 2 or 3 times so that it will penetrate into the wood, soak into it. The reason for that is when then later on when you wash it, it don't come off, it don't come out. And
Cool.
so,
That
and
is so awesome.
because it's penetrated into the wood, your food don't absorb it. We have these overhead fluorescent lights that are put into the ceiling. This ceiling is covered with styrofoam, 3/4 inch styrofoam. It has runners, metal runners that go this way as part of the house, but this is all insulated from the top and inside this shop with about 3.5 inches of insulation. With the
Nice.
little air conditioner that you see in the corner, I can work in this shop when it's 115 degrees, 117 degrees, and it's tolerable. I'm not saying it's cold, but it's tolerable. You can work here, and I do.
And where do you live?
I live in Apache Junction, Arizona.
Yeah, where the
live at-
temperatures are like 115.
Yes, about 115, 117 this time of the year. But it's workable for me.
Yeah.
It's as big as I can build it in this room, but by it being able to move it side to side and forward, backwards, I can work around various things. I'm in the process of the shelf that you see right here with these pull-out buckets. I'm in the process of building, well, this is prefab, pre-bought, but I'm in the process of putting those in to store various shop tools for these saws that you use to change blades, just extra storage for different things. It's quite a memory about
Yeah.
this table. My granddad and his wife, my granddad and Granny Moffett, which is my mother's family, they worked as a team in a shop. And I was out here working with my wife yesterday, and all of a sudden that memory just come back to me about those two working in their shop when I was a little bitty thing. That little bitty is a very proper English description, but I was a small boy when that happened. But my memory
young boy.
of them is vivid, and it come back to me yesterday when my wife and I were both working in here.
Nice.
I'm not perfect with carpenter work, but I enjoy it. And the thing about it, if you mess up, you can learn from it and you can start over. So my wife and I have created this needles and nails creation. Here she comes. Her name is Monique. We've created needles and nails, and there's a story behind needles and nails. The nails part might be my side, but the needles part comes from her, and I'll let her talk about the needles and what she does and all that.
I sew. That's it.
Yes. So great embroidery work. Yes.
But
Awesome.
no, they've got,
That's good.
they've got
She's bashful, but she embroiders different things like clock faces, table runners, various things. And we've just recently made a clock for my son. He's a big time golfer. And she embroidered different symbols about a person teeing off, a person getting the ball out of a sand trap,
That's so
various
cool.
things that relate to golf. And those are stuck on there for the 2 and the 4 and the 6 and the 8 and so forth.
Yeah.
And we put a clock mechanism in there, and we're going to give that to him over this Labor Day weekend. So
Awesome. He's
that'll
gonna
be
love it.
quite a surprise. But we've made cheese cutters, cutting boards, bread bowls, petitions that go behind and sit on the back of a commode with the lights in them, and light up.
For decoration, yeah.
We've made clocks, picture frames.
all sorts of stuff.
I'll get some
different
of that
things.
on video.
And some.
A little bit.
So that's our story.
Awesome.
I want to
We'll
Thank you for
be
sharing.
quiet with anything else.
Awesome. Thank you, Stan and Monique.